Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm going to be reacting to 10 awesome things to do in Delhi, India. Go local. So it's from the same guy that I reacted to about 10 things not to do. So the counter to that, I guess. Like, obviously you should, when you go visit a country, you definitely want to do as much research as possible, what not to do and what to do. And also ask too, if you say, hey, are these things not to do, try to get someone that's local there to answer the questions for you, because things do change. Amazingly enough, it does change. So anyways, what are the 10 things to do? It's gonna be like eat, see temples, greet people, festivities, eat. That's maybe my 10 things, I don't know. But anyways, let's go ahead and give this video a shot.
I feel like there's something you're not supposed to do in Delhi, but I can't quite remember what it is.
Look at that guy again. Hey! Oh, that's pretty cool. Music sounds pretty good. Wow, that is densely populated for sure.
An all-out attack on your senses. The definition of chaos. That's what most people will say when they hear Delhi.
Something
And that's
fell,
probably true. But underneath it all is one of the most unique and incredible cities in all of Asia. To help you navigate the amazing and chaotic mess that is Delhi, here are my top 10 favorite ways to experience this city.
Good thing to know when you go.
We'll start with Baharganj,
Bazaar.
otherwise known as the main bazaar in Delhi. Because of its popularity with travelers, this is the perfect opportunity for me to teach you a bit about the scams you will undoubtedly run into here. If you're staying here, which I actually recommend, the first one you'll run into is being picked up at the airport and being told your hotel is closed, moved, or burned down. No matter how convincing it seems, no matter how many people you talk to, it's a complete lie, and you should just immediately get out of the cab and find a new one. Better yet, avoid the taxis altogether and just use Uber. You can read more about that on my website, which I'll put a link for in the description. But aside from all that, the main bazaar is an amazing place. It sells just about anything you could ever want. And a lot of stuff you probably don't.
Oh wow, okay, that was the first one. He did list it. For some odd reason it didn't click in my brain. I was hoping he'd go a little bit deeper into like what else to do in the main bazaar, to visit an area. Like it's basically it's a shopping center to well, I guess he kind of did touch up on that, but I wish it was a little bit more specific as well. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not. Let's go on.
Humayun's tomb is the resting place of Mughal Emperor Humayun, who died in 1556. The building itself has some amazing architecture, and kind of makes you wonder why we don't still make buildings that look this cool. The best time to go is close to sunset, as the reflection of the water around it is insane. For only 500 rupees, this is a great place to spend an hour or two.
Whenever I hear prices, I always say, how much is that? Because I'm sorry, I'm very frugal, or frugal, I guess that's a nice way to say it. Whenever I buy stuff, I always look at price. If it's too expensive, I can't get it, obviously. But what is too expensive to one person is very cheap for another. The thing I wanted to say about the buildings is, again, it reminds me of home. Actually, the streets, the way it looks, and the signs and everything.
Okay, so I'm not sure that we're supposed to be back here. It seems that the cow was the gatekeeper to this sacred path.
I give us 5 minutes before we're told to leave. By the way, this is my friend Will. He heard I was going to be in India and dropped everything he was doing to come meet me. It's pretty badass.
I think 30 seconds when we round this bend.
Is this where you? Yeah, here we go. I was asking about this about the other video.
Alright, Will, so what do you think of the Lodi Gardens?
I think Lodi Gardens are a fantastic stop. I don't know if Lodi is a who, but if it is a who, I want to know who it is.
There you have it, folks. While the Lodi Gardens do
Whoa.
deserve an honorable mention, a better stop would be the Lotus Temple. Completed in 1986, it's one of the more modern temples in Delhi,
Wow.
and can be spotted miles away due to its unique lotus flower shape. Unfortunately, they don't allow film inside the temple itself, but I was able to capture some audio of one of the choir groups that were there. Surprisingly, it's one of the most visited buildings in the world, with over 100 million visitors as of 2014. Despite this fact, and much to my relief, entrance is free and open to anyone regardless of belief.
That's really cool, actually. I mean, I guess not filming inside kind of makes you want to go in there and experience it yourself.
Now, there's one thing you absolutely must do, is to visit a slum or colony. I think it's important to put things in perspective, especially when visiting Delhi. Many people will dismiss this idea instantly as being unnecessary or dangerous, but I couldn't disagree more. I visited 3 separate slums while in Delhi, and found that the people were generally very nice and friendly. I even pulled out a deck of cards and did a few magic tricks for some kids, which seemed to be a huge hit. Now, I'm not saying that you should be completely oblivious or ignore any dangerous situations that could arise. All I'm saying is that you shouldn't let that be the reason you don't go. As long as you're confident and aware, you should be fine. The first slum I would consider visiting is the Katputli colony. It is made up entirely of street performers in the Shadipur Depot area of Delhi, housing over 2,800 families. The special thing about this particular slum is that everyone living here is a performer of some kind.
What were you not supposed to do in India again? Something about food?
Who the f*** is this guy? This makes it the world's largest community of street performers, and a truly magical place. I wouldn't expect everyone to be performing some act when you go, but just keep it in mind, and you'll notice subtle nuances hinting at their professions.
Okay, so we just experienced a pretty common Delhi scam where they take you to a department store called Delhi Hot, as opposed to the actual market, which is called Dilli Hot, spelled D-I-L-L-I. And they obviously get a cut from whatever you buy in that store.
Again, I think I asked this in the last question. Is this true too?
So now you know.
I like how you poked this face in there.
Number 5 on the list is the Chandni Chowk and Chowri Bazaar. These are 2 more markets in Delhi that are a bit more specialized than the main bazaar, and whose customers are all Indian rather than foreigners. The Chowri Bazaar specializes in the wholesale market of brass, copper, and paper products, while the Chandni Chowk Bazaar sells some of the best snacks and sweets that Delhi has to offer. The markets aren't as large as the main bazaar, but they also don't have as many tourists. Sometimes when you're walking through the main bazaar, you feel targeted because some people are there specifically to get you to buy something. That's not the case in these markets. No one is here for you. Everyone's just going about their business as they would normally, regardless about whether or not you're there. This gives you an authentic look into what real Indian life is like.
So that was the Arkshadam temple. Unfortunately, they don't allow photos or videos inside, so you just have to take my word that it's one of the coolest temples in Delhi.
Sorry, I'm pausing because I want to look at it. Looks like it. Is this a real photo? It looks oversaturated, maybe. Maybe they're just bringing out the contrast of it. Looks really freaking cool though. I'm looking at all the elephants down below. I think we see a lion over here. It's just really freaking intricate. I see figures up there. I can't really see what they are.
And probably one of the most impressive temples that I've
There we go.
even seen, just in general. So definitely make that a stop on your trip to Delhi.
Lots of temples actually, for sure.
The Qutub Minar was built in 1192 AD by Aibak, the first ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. His successors continued to add story after story until it reached what it is today, which is a 240-foot tall tower consisting of 5 stories, with a 47-foot base diameter. The tower also contains a spiral staircase of 379 steps that used to be open to the public. However, in 1981, 45 people were killed in a stampede when a power outage plunged the tower into darkness. After that, public access to the inside of the tower have stopped, but you can still view it from outside, and the architecture is truly remarkable.
That kind of sucks. I wish you could at least maybe not necessarily go up the steps, but at least go inside just to see what the inside looks like, you know? Maybe like a in and out type of thing. That kind of... I mean, that kind of sucks that people panicked and ran and the power went out. 11. Trying to think how far back that was. Whatever century. And how they could have built that high too. That's some amazing engineering. Architecture as well.
The next stop on our list was the Taj Mahal, located in Agra, just 3 hours south of Delhi. It would take too long to explain, but due to some unforeseen difficulties, we ended up hiring a car to drive us down for a little over $70 US. I actually recommend taking the train, which only costs $4 and takes about the same amount of time. Our driver was quite the character though.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I was gonna say, oh man, $70, that's a lot of money. $4 though. I was gonna say, I was thinking it's like, well, at least you get to know the person that's driving, you get to talk to them, get to know them, talk about, you know, maybe he can give you some tips or hints or life experience or places to go. But then again, you can actually do that with the train with a whole bunch of people there too. You know, you actually have a wider variety of people to talk to. Maybe even become friends, you know? Yeah, don't dance, man. the dude in the back,
name in
no.
Hindi means
No.
crown of the palace. It is actually the tomb of Mughal Empress Mumtaz Mahal. Commissioned in 1632, this building is made entirely of ivory white marble and costs a whopping $827 million US in today's terms.
And I can't remember what I read, but was it during one of the World Wars? Is it the World War? It was. I remember reading or seeing somewhere or hearing somewhere that during one of the World Wars they actually had to disguise the Taj Mahal because they didn't want it to get destroyed. And man, that would be a terrible thing to have occurred if that were to have happened. Because again, this is it one of the 7 wonders of the world? I can't remember. But to have it still existing today is miraculous, and I hope that it continues to be well kept. Looks like one of the towers is maybe in under, hopefully, you know, maintenance. But if should I ever go, this is definitely going to be one of the places to go and visit.
Galtaji, also known as the Monkey Temple, is surrounded by hills. The temple was built at the entrance to a mountain pass and is home to thousands of monkeys that roam the grounds. This ancient Hindu pilgrimage site is located about 10 kilometers from Jaipur, which is the city that completes the so-called Golden Triangle of Delhi, Agra, and Jaipur.
Alright, we're going. I'm taking these home.
By far one of the most beautiful spots in India, and my favorite place that we visited while we were there.
Ten. That should be number 1 and number 10. No.
No idea what this is. But it's pretty good.
I'm sorry. Any place you go and visit, you definitely food is part of the culture. It's one of the most important part of the culture. That and communication for sure. That's how culture develops. It's food is how it nurtures the culture, and communication is how it develops the culture. I just made that stuff up on the spot. I don't know if it's right or not, but food for sure, absolutely. Definitely want to try as much food as possible when you go. Your bathroom might be your best friend, but still, you gotta experience the food though.
So the potato croissant. Potato croissant.
Now it is true that you can get sick from food pretty easily in Delhi, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't eat anything while you're
There
there.
you go. Yeah. Exactly. Like even last time I went back to my birth country, man. Oh my gosh. Eating, I haven't eaten that food in a long time, and whew, man, it wreaks havoc in your stomach. But I guess it's just I don't know. I gotten used to American food, and when I went back there, I still want to try out some of the stuff that I've eaten when I was a child that I absolutely loved. One of them I just called it chicken guts because that's what I thought it was. I don't know what it is actually called though.
Delhi has some of the most amazing food in all of Asia, and as long as you're smart about it, avoiding sickness isn't all that difficult. I ate street food all the time when I was there, and I didn't get sick once. Now, whether I was lucky, smart, or under the protection of some mystical food angel, it's important to remember that it's possible to have good food in Delhi without any negative effects.
Yeah, again, it's maybe the different ingredients and stuff that your body's not used to digesting, so it could make you a little sick. It's not because it's bad food. It could be just again your stomach and spine are not used to handling that.
So we're not allowed to have beer in this restaurant because they don't have a liquor license, so we're gonna hide it in these cups.
Well, there you have it, the city of Delhi.
Is that 10 things already?
See you next time.
Alright, so 10 awesome things to do in Delhi. I figured food would have been like 5 of them. Nah, but so basically different from what I hear. Of course, the temples definitely is a must. I did react to some of the temples in India, and my gosh, there are a few of them. There's a lot, but there are a few that I would have to at least hit up if I ever get a chance to go there. Which honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get a chance, but I can appreciate the temples, and I got to see them on film. It's not the equivalent to actually going there, but it's probably the best I could ever get. And then again, I guess the reason why I talked about how me and my friend wanted to go to Japan, because again we had a commonality of anime and the culture, and it's just one that's been quite growing in America. Anime has been the uniter of that. So again, we did research on that, and it's not we wanted to go. It's not necessarily saying that we would go. Again, money is just the biggest thing, and I don't think we'd even have a chance to go. But doing videos like this, we can at least experience what it would be like if we were to go as best as we could. And this is honestly probably the best I could get to seeing or experiencing India. I'm not rich by any means, but yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, that's my react to 10 awesome things to do in Delhi. There's many more places in India that you definitely want to visit. If I could, I would visit all of India to try the different food, to check out the different temples, to check out the different cultures, to check out the different experiences. India is a huge country, and at least from the little understanding that I have of it, there's a different culture between North and Southern India, and to experience one, you only experiencing half of India, obviously. But anyways, that's all I have to say. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.